Hey guys, it's Christy,
And I'm Chris.
and we're from Turner Max Adventures, and we have been challenged today by Randi's Adventures.
Cool site. If you haven't visited her,
Yes.
go visit her.
Yes, there's so many great Little Guy Max sites.
Yep.
Joyous Voyagers, Roads We Roam, tons, and more are being added every day. So we've got a little group of
Little community.
of Little Guy fans. All right. So Randy has challenged us to do 10 RV questions and answers. And so we are going to get started. All right.
Question number one.
Question number one. If you could change or add one thing about the Little Guy Max, what would it be?
I think for me anyway, as you look at the Max behind us, the one thing that I would do, I would change the shape of the tail end right here. And so if you look at the way that that is, and if you look at where the wheel is right there, then what you'll notice is, I mean, there's a pretty long overhang there. And what we have found is that even with the Rough Rider package, which the Rough Rider package gives us an additional 3 inches of lift, even with that, as we're going into any kind of a steep driveway for a gas station or something like that, that there is a potential to drag that end right over there. And so what we have to do is be very careful when we're going in and out of driveways to go at an angle and go really slowly so that we can really pay attention and not scrape the back end.
One of mine would be to make it a Four Seasons camper, because we didn't realize when we got the Max how much we would enjoy camping in the winter. And it's December now. We're in the middle of Tennessee. Luckily, our temperatures are ranging around the 40s as a low, so we don't have to worry about freezing pipes, but all the underneath stuff is exposed to the elements.
The gray water tank and freshwater tank are exposed underneath. There's really no floor insulation to speak of, so we're looking into what are some of the options are. I mean, there's tank heaters, there's insulation you can put underneath, there's all kinds of things you can skirt the underneath, just and put a heater under there, things like that. There's things that we could do. Again, it's just extra, and that's one of the things that you find with any camper, I guess, is all of the extra things that you end up doing.
Yeah. All right, number 3. What was your deciding factor?
Hang on, you skipped number 2.
I skipped number 2. How about we go to number 2? Okay, what is something you didn't expect when you got your first RV or your Little Guy Max?
I would say just all of the extras and the organization that you have to put in place. Just when you get your Max, that's not all that you end up getting, right? We ended up getting all kinds of additional things or needing additional things. I mean, it starts with just getting an understanding of like your water system. So you get hoses and you get sewer drains and all the things associated with that, and then locks for the hitch and other things. There's just a lot of extras that you got to think about, and then where to put it all, how to get it all organized, how to get it how to make it all work together. And then I think one of yours probably is the checklist to actually make sure that you do everything in the right order.
Yeah, because you're learning from scratch, especially if it's your first. You need checklists to keep you focused on what needs to be done, especially before you leave a campground or when you get to the campground, things that need to be locked and put in place so it don't move around and stuff. So there's just, once you start camping and it becomes routine, you learn the flow. And you don't need those checklists as much. We still forget things from time to time. But
checklist is really helpful, even if you've been doing it a while.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I would tell you is, after a while, with those checklists, with all those things, you realize how much, whenever we first started out, we would take everything, and we learned really quickly what we didn't need. And so we were able to kind of really pare down. Wow, I haven't used this on, 3 or 4 times that I've been out. Now, some of that's good, some of that's bad, right? For emergency things and emergency equipment, whatever, I'm going to bring a toolbox. I'm always going to bring those kinds of things, whether I use it or not. But there's other things that we've figured out, you know what, we really didn't use those extra chairs we brought or whatever, right? And so we really were able to pare down some of the things so that we can get into and out of campsites really quickly.
All right. Number 3. What was your deciding factor when you bought your RV?
I think we had several.
Yes.
We really love the windows, as you can see behind us.
Yeah.
The windows in the Max are incredible, right? You have windows on all sides, and there's a lot of them on all sides. So that was a big thing that we really liked.
Chris did a lot of research and narrowed it down to a couple. And but once we went to an RV show in Missouri, and once we walked in and saw the quality of the wood and
Cabinetry,
the way everything was thoughtfully laid out, there was no wasted space. Everything
lots of storage options everywhere. Yeah, they really did a good job of really utilizing every last bit of space to add additional places for storage, little nooks here and there. Really, really, really well done. The other thing that I would say is just the weight. So we'd had a camper previously, and it was a 28-foot travel trailer that we took with our kids. And in order to pull that, we needed a larger, tow vehicle. And so we no longer had that trailer. We no longer had a tow vehicle that could handle anything. But Christy and I wanted to do camping on our own with a smaller trailer, and wanted to try to utilize a smaller vehicle to do that. And so we were really looking for something, smaller, lightweight, something, but we wanted it to have a certain number of features, right? We liked bathroom, right? She didn't want to have to leave the camper in the middle of the night if she had to go to the bathroom. No. So having a wet bath, wet bath, dry bath. Some people really dislike a wet bath. It works okay for us. It really does. And the inside kitchen, we looked at a lot of teardrops, and some of them are clamshell where they had the camper or the kitchen out back, which is great in some situations. If you're, there's a lot of positives to that, especially if you're camping with large groups and you're out and you're with a party, and you're doing that kind of thing. That works out well. But we wanted an indoor kitchen just because we knew that we would be doing a lot of things just kind of on our own, and we wanted to do some things in the cooler months, the shoulder seasons, and in the winter. And it just seemed like it would be more beneficial for us, our lifestyle, if we had an indoor kitchen versus an outdoor kitchen.
Well, I think we could go on and on about this.
Yeah.
We love the little guy, Max. Number 4, what is your favorite meal to cook in the camper?
I think that one's pretty easy.
Tacos. Tacos, and tacos.
Christy does a lot of tacos. She does a lot of, I say that, we haven't had tacos this trip.
No.
And we don't even have them planned.
What was I thinking?
So
we love tacos that you can add all the accessories to tacos, guacamole, sour cream, and all that, and make it amazing. So, and it's just easy to do. Like, I can make a big batch of chicken tacos in the crock pot.
At home.
And then at home. Freeze them in those quart-size Ziploc bags flat, and they just fit right in the freezer. I can take them out, thaw them, and then we can add all those toppings on it and makes it really yummy. With chips and salsa, of course, and queso and
right,
all that good stuff.
So that's her favorite, but I will tell you, Christy does a good job of preparing. We're not full-timers. We're weekend campers and week-long campers, and because of that, obviously we have prep time at home before we get ready for a trip, and Christy does a fantastic job of getting and gathering planning our meals and putting them together in such a way to where if we're like the weeks leading up to our trip, she'll make extra and freeze it in preparation for our trip, which is really pretty cool.
All right, number 5. What is your must-see destination?
You go ahead.
I want to see Alaska.
Yeah, we both do.
But that's just not in our near future. I don't think. That'll probably be after we retire.
Yeah. Unfortunately, neither of us really have jobs right now where we can travel and work at the same time.
Yeah.
So
we just have to plan it. But that's going to be a month or more.
Right.
Trip.
Month and a half at least, right, to take a camper up there and go to all the places that we want to go and see. Fortunately, though, not quite that far, but in the same general direction from where we are. We're going to, this next year, we were planning to travel to the Canadian Rockies, to Banff, Jasper, and some of the other lesser known parks over there in the Rockies, Yoho, and a couple of others that we really, really are excited about seeing.
In order to do that, though, we are going to have to go really fast.
Yeah, it's going to be for a couple of long days driving from where we are, and in order to get there and spend a couple of weeks, and then get back for our day jobs.
Yeah. All right. So number 6, what is your favorite thing about RVing?
Well, I mean, to carry on, I guess, from where we were talking about, Alaska and Banff and the Canadian Rockies, is just seeing some of the places that we've never seen before. And, getting out, being able to take the comforts of home with us in our camper. We're used to this camper. We like it. We know we know about it. It's easy to set up. It's easy to tear down. It's easy to get moving. We can get set up or torn down and get on the road from waking up in about 30 to 45 minutes, and we're ready to go. It's really not that hard versus, if we were camping in a tent and whatnot, oh my gosh. I mean, the time to set up and tear down whenever we used to be tent campers was a lot different for sure.
Yeah. Wear you out. I love being able to, we've spent a lot of time and put a lot of thought into the camper and how we wanted it, and to be able to just take it with us to all of these beautiful locations and have home on the road. And so you wake up. I remember being in the Tetons and us camping and waking up to see the Teton Mountains out my kitchen window and just being giddy with excitement. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the things, I mean, obviously, as many of you probably do as well, we want to visit as many of the national parks as we can and see as many of those as we can. But I will tell you, I mean, a lot of the other lesser known parks, either national monuments that aren't quite the national park status or state parks, we've really seen and visited a lot of fantastic places that are kind of out of the way.
This one's a quick answer. What is your least favorite thing about RVing?
I don't know. What do you think?
I was going to say the black tank.
Yeah.
Having to dump everything, if you don't have full hookups and stuff.
Well, even if you do, you got to deal with the black tank. But yeah, the black tank can be it's a, I don't know. It's a necessity, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you wanted a bathroom, right? That comes with the bathroom.
Right.
So, it's one of those things where with that convenience comes that maintenance and that dirty work that you have to go with it. And there are options out there. There's people that have used compostable toilets, compost toilets and whatnot. And, we've not really thought about whether or not we want to do that at this point. There's a lot of maintenance and things that go with that too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, black tank probably the least favorite thing, but it's one of those things you just have to do.
Yeah. All right. Number 8. What is a must-have on your next RV?
I mean, we've talked a little bit already about the 4-season aspect of camping, that we want to be able to do more of that. And the lightweight trailer. We're still looking, we don't want anything huge.
We don't want anything big.
We really don't. I mean, yeah, we do want our kids. Our kids are older, and we do want them to be able to come with us from time to time whenever it fits into their schedule and they want to. We'd certainly like to have them, but it's one of those things where they're starting their own journeys right now too, and it's really exciting to watch. And so when the time comes and they have grandkids and they want to all come, then we may rethink what we do, right? We
we have grandkids, not they have grandkids.
You know what I meant. But, at that time, maybe we revisit. Maybe we do want something bigger at that point. But where we're at now, we like the small, we like the quick in and out, easy set up and tear down, and being able to go where we want, when we want.
Right now, I'm just content with the Max, and I'm not even thinking about the next. So, number 9.
It's kind of boring, this one.
Yeah, it is boring. What is your favorite adult beverage? Well, we're not big drinkers. I don't drink anymore. So I have found soda water is my favorite. My little Topo Chico. I love these things.
Anything with bubbles.
Anything with bubbles.
Club sodas are
Makes
favorite.
me happy.
But and then for me, honestly, I mean, I like red wine. Whenever we would stop at a Harvest Host, it's always kind of fun because you can, if you get into a winery or something like that, you can generally, it's really, really cool to visit with the winery and be able to support them with a bottle of wine by getting a bottle of wine and
makes great gifts too.
Makes great gifts, etc. We do that. But as far as actually drinking it, I mean, I've tried a lot of them, and it's fun to go taste some of those. But I'm more of a beer drinker and just an occasional beer drinker at that. So like to try some of the local things as well there. Pretty boring, really.
All right, number 10. This is the last one. Your favorite indoor RV accessory.
I know what yours is. Go ahead.
The bed. The Beddy's bedding on my bed, where you can zip the sides up and it stays in place and it's so cozy. That's my favorite.
And we are not spokesmen nor paid for Beddy's at all.
No.
They're not sponsoring anything about this.
No, we just love it. What would be yours?
Oh, I think also the bed. I mean, it's, after camping, you like to be able to come in and have a good night's sleep. The Beddy's really is, it's really cozy, especially in the wintertime. For my taste, it can get a little warm in the summer. But we can have a sheet or whatever, and it works just well. It makes it really easy to make up, though.
Yes.
But really, for mine, it's what we put under the mattress, and that's the Froli sleep system. It's a spring, like a bed spring system that's used in boats and RVs, and our Max did not come with it, but we bought it. We purchased it separately, and it has really made a difference. The Max comes with a nice mattress, but it's thin, right? I mean, and so we wanted something to provide a little more support, a little more comfort. And man, this really did the trick, and it's really configurable, and it's not necessarily super cheap. But if you look at Froli sleep system, it is well worth it in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think Randi even has a coupon code on her site, Randi's Adventures, for 15% off. I'm not sure if that's still going on now, but you could check on her site to see.
Well, I think that's it.
That is a wrap. Thank you guys for watching and stay until the end.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Yes, and please subscribe. We're just getting started. We're learning. We're hoping our videos are going to improve over time. There's a lot to learn. It's really hard work doing a YouTube channel, we found out. But especially when you're working and trying to do this on the side. Right. So just bear with us.
You won't see us release videos on a regular schedule. It's generally going to be on those occasions where we are out, where we are camping, where, or we have an upgrade of some sort, that kind of thing. That's when we'll typically release videos. So unfortunately, we've got lives and kids and jobs that don't allow us to do a regular weekly schedule at this point.
But maybe someday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Randi, for challenging us. This has been really fun.
Now, we're supposed to challenge somebody else. But everybody that we follow on YouTube has already done this, so we're not sure who to challenge yet.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that. Right. Well, thanks for watching.
Safe travels.
And we'll catch you on the road.
Bye.